Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you live from Budapest. In this class we are looking at an IELTS task 2 writing question and example. And again, our materials do come from our websites for academic IELTS. Check us out at aehelp.com. And for the general version of the test, visit us at gieltshelp.com. On both of those websites, we have 6 original practice exams, over 100 hours of video lessons, and a fully interactive course. Hi, Shang Hung. Hi, Carolina. Hi, Satisfying Times. Good to see our members in the class. This is a members chat class. That means members can chat. Everybody is welcome to watch. If you wish to become a member of our channel, click the join button besides the subscribe button. We will have an all chat class coming up in roughly 90 minutes. And in that class, we will be focusing on a reading passage. Hi, Awaz. Hi, Danielle. Good to see more members joining in. While we wait for a couple more members to get into the class, I'll quickly show you the websites that fuel these lessons. Here we have our academic website, aehelp.com. Click that big red button to join. You get a My Student account. And you can use this on your phone, tablet, PC, and link it with our app, Academic IELTS Help. And this is our general version of the website here at gieltshelp.com. Same concept. Click that big red button to join there. Kesey, good to see you in class. I'm happy you're able to make it today. All right. Students, again, if you don't have our app, we have our academic app out, and we will have our general app out at the end of this month. If you have questions, send me an email. Adrian, A-D-R-I-A-N, at aehelp.com. Hi, Roshni. Again, we have class today. We have class tomorrow. No class this Saturday. That's a little bit not the usual. And then we will have class again on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So a little bit of a different type of setup, just reminding everybody as I will be away from the 20th to the 25th. So no classes on those days, and then back on the 26th. However, I will post some HD videos during this time, so you will have lots of study materials. Let's look at today's writing task 2 question. Hi, Preeti. Hi, Alexander. Good to see more members in class now. Here we go. So IELTS writing task 2, when you get to the writing section of your exam, take a deep breath. Look away from the exam paper. Kind of reset your brain, okay? That's a good strategy between each section to just kind of mentally reset yourself to do a different type of information exchange, all right? So, of course, the writing is coming after the reading. And the big difference between doing the writing section and doing the listening and the reading is, of course, in the listening and in the reading, you're proving your comprehension ability in English. That means your ability to understand information that you hear or that you read, okay? Now, of course, in the writing, it's a little bit different. It's more similar to speaking. You're producing information. So especially before the writing section, just take a mental break, even for just a few seconds. Reset yourself. Think about the important steps needed to get a high band score, how to achieve that, and then look back down at the exam paper and get going, okay? Hi, Naveen. I did get your email, so I'll respond to that later. All right, so step number 1, always, when you get to task 2, of course, you should always start with task 1. So by this time, you're nice and warmed up for the writing. Always start with task 1. And then you get to task 2, and you remember that, of course, your first step is to just read the question carefully. So you should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Make sure that you leave 40 minutes for task 2. it's graded with twice the value of task 1. So it's worth 66% of your overall band score for the writing section. Many people believe that the age of shopping malls is coming to an end. Soon, online shopping will completely replace retail stores. Explain the reasons for this and give your own opinion. Use examples and explanations from your own knowledge and experience. Write at least 250 words. Cool. So, a modern topic, of course. IELTS is quite attentive to choosing questions or ideas for task 2 that are relevant in today's day and age. So about the environment, about economics, technology. These are popular topics for the exam because they're relevant in today's world. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, so we read the question carefully. What's our next step? What should be our next step after reading the question carefully? And again, it's repetitive practice. Do it often. Do it better every time. And be consistent. So step 1, read the question carefully. Okay. Step 2. Yeah, Preeti says paraphrase the question, and that's absolutely it. So you want to paraphrase the question. Now, many students, and this is for a lot of the viewers, I know a lot of members already know this, a lot of students think that simply paraphrasing the question is enough for the introduction, but it's not, okay? I'm always worried when I get emails from students saying, oh, I don't think you really need a long introduction for task 2 because it's a waste of time. I just need to paraphrase the question. That's what my teacher said. No, okay? If you want to get a high band score, band 6.57, especially higher band scores, 7.58, you need to do more for an introduction or an introductory paragraph than just paraphrase the question. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of IELTS students are learning, so that's what examiners see. They see redundancy. It means they see the same kind of sentences starting these task 2 essays, and they're just not giving high band scores because there's no new information. The student is not proving their ability to process ideas in English and write a good introduction. So just paraphrasing the question is not enough to get a good band score. If you want to get a good band score, you want to give yourself a chance to get a good band score, do more for the introduction than just paraphrase, okay? Paraphrasing the question, you do that to make sure that you understand the question, as Shang Hung is saying. And stay on topic. It also helps you to think of ideas. It's basically a security check because in the IELTS, okay, for task 2, you may or may not know this, there are basically 4 components that make up your mark, okay? So keep this in mind. In task 2, does anybody know what that is? I'll just throw that out there as a question instead of just spilling out all this information. Anybody know what the marking criteria, what are the specific categories that your examiners are looking at for your overall task 2? Yeah, that's right, Sheng Heng. So coherence and cohesion is 1. Okay. That's grouped in 1 category, yeah. Yeah, that's right, Sheng Hung. Lexical resource is another. That's basically your use of vocabulary. It's like the same in speaking. Okay. What else? Clarity, Roshni, is coherence and cohesion. Okay, so that's the same grouping. All right. Another one is grammar range and accuracy, just like in speaking. So lexical resource, grammar range, and accuracy, that's part of your speaking score as well. Coherence and cohesion is as well in your speaking. Now in speaking, we can say the fourth one is pronunciation. But in writing, you don't have pronunciation. So what is the fourth one? What do you think? So what is the fourth grouping that the examiners are looking at? It's not spelling. Spelling is kind of a part of the grammar range and accuracy and the coherence. So spelling is throughout. Lexical resource is also spelling, because if you can't spell the vocabulary, you don't really know it. So spelling is a part of lexical resource. Spelling is a part of coherence. If you misspell a word and I can't understand what you're writing, then your coherence mark is going down. It's a part of grammar as well, because if you use the wrong form of a word in the spelling, then your grammar score is going down. So spelling is important for all of them. Yeah, so Carolina is close. So Carolina says, answer the question effectively. It's called task completion. Okay. So the fourth one is task completion. Now, you can find these descriptions, the public versions, online, and they'll give you some more information about it. But the version that the examiners use is much more detailed, and of course that's kept secret. Nevertheless, task completion, a lot of students think that task completion means writing at least 250 words, and that's true. Okay, that's part of your task completion, is writing at least 250 words. Another big part of task completion for your band score is answering the question specifically and completely. Okay, so that means your ideas have a beginning, middle, end, and you're making a rational argument. Okay, focusing on the topic and the controlling idea. So all of that is part of task completion, all right? So if you're just paraphrasing for the introduction and that's all you're doing, it's not going to be the best as far as task completion goes, okay? For task completion, having a direct thesis, and members, you know what I'm talking about here, is much, much more effective. Okay, so that's why I keep going to that point. All right, so let's just step back a little bit here, rewind. Let's go back to step 2. Let's paraphrase the question for clarity, so we make sure that we know what's going on here. And then we'll move to step 3. Okay. Any questions? Barendra, I hope your speaking test went well. Any questions about those band score descriptors, those 4 groupings? If you have any questions, just throw them out at me, members. Okay, I'm happy to answer any questions you have about those. All right, meanwhile, also begin or do the paraphrasing for the question. So many people believe that the age of shopping malls is coming to an end. Soon online shopping will completely replace retail stores. Explain the reasons for this and give your own opinion. Okay, so Barendra, it's very good that you're in this class. All right, and do share your score once you have it. I'm really curious what you got. Okay, paraphrase, members, and I'll do the same. So All right. So, good. A lot of you have beaten me to it. Fantastic. I love it. Shang Hung says millions of individuals prefer to shop on the internet instead of buying or purchasing in department stores, which is at the edge of its time or at the edge of its period. Okay, good. Satisfying Times says, in today's world, some may think that online businesses are dominating the market in comparison to traditional shopping centers, and the days of this of shopping centers is at its end. Okay, Satisfying Times, careful with the last part of your paraphrase. It's a little bit awkward. Also, Satisfying Times, careful with the time frame. It's not dominating, but will dominate. Okay, we're talking about the near future. So at this moment, we still do have a lot of retail stores and shopping malls, but we're talking about the near future. So keep that in mind, okay? Always pay careful attention to the tense. So shopping will completely replace retail stores, not has completely replaced. Okay, so careful with the tense. When you see will, it means in the coming future, not present. Okay. Preeti says several individuals think that the culture of one-stop shops is on the verge of ending soon, and it will be replaced by online shopping. Describe the causes and give your own output. Output's a little bit awkward, Preeti. We don't really use it in that case. It's too mechanical. Give your own position, like I paraphrased, or give your own belief. It's good. Okay, Roshni says, some people ascertain that window shopping and shopping in the mall is coming to an end in the near future, and online purchasing of products is going to completely replace traditional shopping. All right, Roshni, not bad. Careful with window shopping. Window shopping is a little bit different. I know what you mean, but we're talking about actually making purchases. Window shopping means that you're looking but not buying. That's not really included in this question. You might be able to use that idea at some point in your essay, but not to paraphrase. That doesn't make too much sense, okay? All right, Danielle says, in the near past, shopping centers and malls have been the most preferred places for purchasing any kinds of goods like groceries and clothes. Daniel, careful, you're not paraphrasing in the right time frame. It's kind of the same mistake that was made by Satisfying Times. So careful with that. Kesey says certain individuals ascertain that physical shopping areas are going to vanish while online shopping will substitute these venues. What is your opinion? Give reasons. Good, Kesey, I like it. There's a little bit of awkward grammar and word redundancy, but overall, very nice paraphrasing. You've paraphrased most of that statement in your own words, which is really nice. That's what you want to go for, okay? Using vanish, Kesey, is very nice. Also stating physical shopping areas, that works well, or physical shopping venues, okay? Venues is a good word for stores, all right? Good job. So here's my paraphrase. A lot of individuals ascertain that the era is another way to say the age or the period, the time, of shopping arcades. Shopping arcades is another synonym for shopping malls, is nearing its end. In the near future, internet shopping will be the preferred method of buying products. Discuss the causes of this development and provide your own position. So quite close, all right? In my paraphrase, I didn't paraphrase the word replace maybe as well as I should, but I'm keeping that in mind, okay? Again, Kesey, I really like how you use the word substitute for the word replace. So substitute is a very nice piece of vocabulary for replace, okay? So here, if I want to make it more accurate, I'll borrow your word, Kesey. So will be the substitute method instead of preferred of buying products. And then that's even more accurate. Digvijay Singh, welcome to our group of members. Make sure to send me an email after the class so I can hook you up with your perks. Welcome. Okay. All right. So we've done the paraphrasing. We have clarity now on the question. What is our step 3? So we've read the question carefully. We've paraphrased it. We can use that paraphrase perhaps in our introduction, maybe later on in our conclusion as well. So it's of value, and we can copy paste in the computer-based version of the exam. Okay, so Carolina, I know you're doing the computer-based version, so this is where it's definitely effective to do the paraphrase first, get the ideas, and then you can even use the copy-paste to move that paraphrase to part of your essay, like part of the introduction or part of the conclusion. Okay. All right, so now comes the controlling idea and the topic. Yeah, so make sure that you have a lot of clarity on the controlling idea and topic, so we can kind of roll this. Once you've practiced a lot, you can roll it into one. So identify the topic and controlling idea and apply critical thinking. So this is where you basically develop your essay. Okay. All right. So this is where you develop your essay. Okay. So what's the right question? What should be, well, first let's identify the topic. What's the topic? Yeah, there you go. Shang Hung's keeping the ball rolling here. So topic is shopping. Yeah, very good. Okay, and what's the controlling idea? Okay, let's move past these fast. And I think, members, you're starting to get the idea now that when you're planning an essay, if you've practiced the right methodology, it becomes quite fast. Okay? So the topic is shopping. The easiest way, Roshni, to identify the topic and simplify it is just ask yourself the question, what are we talking about? And answer that in as simple of a way as possible. So what are we talking about? We're talking about shopping. Okay, guys, so here's the controlling idea. What are we talking about shopping? Okay. So what are we talking about shopping? And Shang Hung says the reasons why online shopping is starting to be the preferred method, right? Yeah, so Carolina says online shopping will completely substitute retail stores. And this question is not asking you whether you agree or disagree, right? It basically is saying that this is happening. You just need to explain the reasons for it and give your own opinion on it. So it's not saying that maybe it will, maybe it won't. Please do not argue that it might not happen, or for some products like shoes, it might not be coming soon, because then you're going off topic. This question is basically making a statement. It's saying this is going to happen, explain why. Okay, so focus, use your paraphrase to stay on topic. Okay, so topic, shopping, controlling idea, reasons for online shopping replacing physical stores, and your opinion, right? Okay, so then let's go through shopping. Okay, so first question, what is shopping? Okay, and again, at home, it's very good to practice these basic questions, not just for the writing section, but asking these very generic, seemingly mundane and clearly understood questions like what is shopping will not only help to develop rapid thinking for the writing, but also for your speaking section as well. So always take time, no matter how menial or insignificant it may seem, to ask these kinds of questions. Okay? So Carolina is saying, what is shopping? It's spending money to buy articles that people need. Okay. Or want, right, Carolina? So that we need or want. Absolutely. All right, Shangheng says paying money to purchase merchandise for daily use. Perhaps. So using money in exchange for products and services that people need and want. Okay. The more accurate and the more concise your definitions, the better you will do in the writing and in the speaking. Okay? So using money, or even simpler, exchanging money for products and services. So even if I can simplify the grammar further, it's better. Okay? And I'm basically going for my end goal is to use as few characters as possible to give a clear definition. So exchanging money for products and services that people need and want. Okay? All right, that's what shopping is. Okay, why do we do it? So what's the question here? The question here is, why should we shop? Okay, that's another interesting question. So why should we shop? Why should we do shopping? Roshni says for basic needs, so for sustenance needs. Sustenance needs are our needs for survival, like food and clothing. Okay. Any other reason for that? Yeah, for pleasure, okay, for entertainment. Yeah. Absolutely. Sure. Okay, so kind of in the previous one as well. Now, what's the next question? What should I ask here? Yeah, so Kesey's saying demand. Good, Kesey. So you're thinking of the supply and demand, right? We can also say for growth here as well. If I keep going down that rabbit hole, right? We always want more, better, bigger TV, bigger chairs, living room, so on, all right? Yeah, so Shangheng says, let's ask, how do people shop? Okay, now clearly the first thought that might come to your mind at this step is online or in-store. Sure. Okay, but let's get past that. So what other thoughts come to mind here? So how do people shop? Online or in a store? Okay, that's basic. Sure. What else should come to mind? How do people shop? Okay, and this is a very important question. You will often notice when you're going through these steps that one or two of these initial questions will jump out as, oh yeah, of course, there's a lot of valuable information for my essay here. And in this case, it's here, okay? So Digvijay says we shop because it can be our basic needs or something that we need for luxury or pleasure or growth, sure. And how do we shop? So how do people shop? For those of you who are business students, or want to own your own business, this is obviously a question that you might be asking yourself regularly. So we go to stores, sure. What is our shopping behavior? So sitting in front of a computer, sure. So we have those, but think a little bit more detailed. Again, this is where you want to visualize. Jitain, Gashal, very good. So Jitain says, we do some window shopping, sure. So why do we do that? Okay, this is where you want to go a little bit further down the rabbit hole so that you can get some really good ideas for your essay, because again, remember that your essay is being marked on these components that we talked about, like lexical resource, cohesion, coherence, task completion, and the better your ideas, so the better concepts that you come up with before you begin writing, the better your lexical resource, your cohesion, and your task completion will be. Grammar range you need to do even if you have simple ideas or general ideas, but the other three domains you will certainly improve, okay? Okay, so Roshni says, for better choice and quality. All right, Roshni, thank you. Now you're probably starting to get some good ideas. So how do we shop? So online or in stores, window shopping, comparative shopping, right? So we look at the product in one store, we look at the product in another store, we go, that one looks a little bit better than that one, so I'll buy that one. So we don't just jump into a store. We don't usually go out of our home and say, I need a pair of shoes. Well, hey, there's a shoe store. Oh, there's a shoe. All right, sold. Boom, there's my new shoe. That'd be quite funny, but it doesn't quite work like that, right? These days, we definitely tend to look around. We live in a consumer, in the world of consumerism with a lot of choice. So we do a lot more than just jump into a store and buy a product, okay? So Preeti says, we choose a product, compare the prices. Very good. See if we can afford it. So we do that comparative shopping, right? Choose from variety. Compare prices. So again, remember, students, visualize, okay? I really hope that when you're thinking about this task 2 topic, you're actually seeing the act of shopping, yourself going to a mall or going online, and what you actually do in those situations, okay? All right, so now we go to our controlling ideas. And in the controlling ideas, of course, we have to think about, why are online shopping replacing physical stores? So that's our question, okay? So why are online stores replacing shopping malls? Let's just keep it simple. Okay, so give me some reasons. All right. So why are online stores replacing shopping malls? If I ask 10 people right now, if I go out on the street and I go, I'm doing a survey, why is this happening? What do you think will be some of my most popular answers that people will say? Why do you buy online instead of going into a store? Okay, Carolina says faster, convenient, don't need to commute to the store. Okay, slow down, Carolina. Take it one step at a time. Faster might not be true, because if I want a pair of shoes right now, I live in Budapest, I can go to a shoe store and get a pair of shoes faster than I can get it if I ordered online. I definitely have to wait at least 1 day. So faster is relative. Keep that in mind, okay? So focus on one idea and then develop it, okay? So Roshni says convenient, Carolina says convenient, Shanghung says convenience. So obviously convenience is one, okay? Okay, so develop these ideas, all right? So it is convenient because we can do it from home and the product is delivered from our home. Okay, that's definitely one. All right, Kisi says cheaper. Why is it cheaper? So obviously a lot of you have said cheaper. Why is it cheaper? Okay. Let's not rush through ideas. So develop your ideas, okay? It's very, very important. Always develop your ideas. Always take that one extra why question. Why is it cheaper? Is anybody answering that question of why it's cheaper? Okay, so Shang Hung says you don't need to pay the employee, the shopping mall's rental fee, the store's rental fee. So what is the simpler way to say that, Shang Hung? Because of lower overhead, okay? So it is cheaper because of lower overhead. Overhead cost means all of those additional costs, okay? Lower overhead costs. No middleman, okay? Middleman would be the store, all right? So there's no mediator, Roshni. The more accurate word, Roshni, is there's no middleman, okay? Why else is it cheaper? Yes, Digvijay, I see that you know the word middleman. Very good, nice. Okay, so it's cheaper because of lower overhead costs, no middleman, and direct sales. That's right, Digvijay says direct sales from the manufacturer, okay? All right, what is another reason? So we seem to have two good ones here. I'm sure if I asked 10, 20 people, they would say convenient, cheaper, and what's another one? Let's see if anybody got that other one that should come to mind. So let me see if anybody has said this. I know it's one of the main reasons that I shop online, and I don't see it yet. Okay. Maybe one of you will say, hey, Adrian, I said that. You just didn't see it, but I'm looking through the chat, and I don't see it yet. So time saving is part of convenient, okay? Remember, students, that your points in your essay have to be very distinct, okay? So you can't have convenient and time saving. Time saving is convenience, okay? So a good thesis statement should always have distinctly clear points, okay? Okay, Kisi says you can buy a product from all over the world with just one click. Shang Hung says diversity and innovation. All right, so Kisi, Shang Hung, you're kind of on the right page. So buying from all over the world, Shang Hung, diversity, Preeti, variety of products. Those are all great ideas. There's one word that you can... That's it, Daniel. Very good. That's the word I was looking for. Most of you have paraphrased it. Daniel's put his thumb on the right word. So choice. Much greater choice, or way more choices when buying online, right? So thousands of stores are available very quickly for review and search, right? Okay, fantastic. And so now we're ready to think about our opinion and write the thesis statement. Okay, so let's do that. This is going to be our step number 4. Write the direct thesis statement. This will outline your essay structure, your position, and gives your voice. All right, so that's your thesis. Ametha Doc, nice. I'm happy that you decided to join. I know you're consistently participating in classes, so good to have you on board as a member. I see that you've chosen our membership level 1. Fantastic. Send me an email and I'll send you those perks, okay? Great. All right, so write your direct thesis. Again, just a reminder of what I said here, students. Always make sure to have clearly distinct points in your thesis. Okay? The thesis is the one part of your essay that you absolutely should not rush. Okay? Never rush through your thesis. All right? So, for example, convenient and time saving are not distinct points. Right? They're synonymous. So you would not have that as two different points. Okay, that would be just one point. Convenient would be the better point because convenient encompasses the concept of time saving. All right. Okay, so write your thesis statement, members. I'm going to do the same. Okay. All right. Well, there's my thesis statement. Just quickly typed it out. Now, again, don't be shy to read and revise your thesis statement if you're not happy with it on the first round or during the first go. Then maybe revise it until you're thinking, yeah, that's a good thesis. That's the one I'll go with. Okay. Hi, I'm Arjit. No worries. Better late than never, as the saying goes. We're just writing our thesis statement for the question, Amarjeet, so hang in there. And of course, in tomorrow's class, members will look at the body paragraphs and the conclusion as well. So we'll get through to the introduction. While we wait for those thesis statements, Amarjeet, again, the question, and it is a good idea, students, to look at the question before you write your thesis one more time. So the question, Amarjeet, is, many people believe that the age of shopping malls is coming to an end. Soon online shopping will completely replace retail stores. Explain the reasons for this and give your own opinion. Okay, that's the question, Amarjeet. All right, Roshni says, some people ascertain that traditional shopping is going to vanish, and in the near future, these shopping malls, this shopping will be completely substituted by online business. The origins of this thought are convenience and choice. Okay, so you're going with 2 on this one, Roshni. We'll do a little bit of a different approach this time, members. We'll actually do a 5 body paragraph. So we'll do 3 clear, direct, shorter paragraphs for this one. So I'm going to do 3. But yeah, you can, Roshni, get a band 8, 9, even if you don't have more than 2 body paragraphs, okay? So having 2 well-developed body paragraphs is absolutely enough on the IELTS exam to get a band 9, okay? All right, Sheng Hung says, although certain people enjoy going to shopping malls to see merchandise before they buy, I believe that online shopping is the future because of convenience and wide choice. Okay, Sheng Hung, good. Just remember your parallel grammar for your points. So convenience and choice. You don't need to put wide choice. Just choice is enough, Sheng Hung. And then you have noun and noun. Okay, so convenience and choice. noun and noun, and then you can explain in your body paragraphs that there's a lot more choices. Okay. All right. Pavan says, I will watch this video again later. All right, Pavan, do that, because tomorrow, Pavan, we will continue with body paragraphs. Okay. You're welcome, Amarjeet. Carolina's asking, what if I don't agree with this statement? Carolina, in university, you can develop a counter argument, but for the IELTS exam, you have to play along. So remember, Carolina, your goal is to get a good band score. And for this type of question, we could argue both sides. However, arguing the concept that online shopping will replace stores is the simpler choice, even if you don't agree with it. And because your goal, Carolina, in the IELTS is to get a high band, just go with this simple approach. The examiners will read 500, 1,000 essays answering this question. They're not going to really care about your choice. They only care about the quality of your writing. Okay, I know that's not the ideal state, but it's just choose the easy side here. Okay. All right. Kisi says, I believe that in the near future, online shopping will be trendy in people's daily life because of wide choice and time savings, but it is not going to completely substitute physical stores. Okay, Kisi, so yeah, so you're going with that. So Carolina, there's a good example of how you can go with the contra, as what Kisi is doing there, although that is a more dangerous approach, Kisi, because now you've given yourself an extra challenge, which is to explain to the reader why these stores are not going to be replaced by online shopping, and that's extra challenging. So careful not to create an extra challenge in the exam just to prove your honest opinion. Okay, I don't recommend that. You can do that in university, you can do that at the workplace, or if you're doing blogs, but I don't recommend it on the IELTS because your true goal is to get a high band score. Okay, so Digvijay says, to begin with, physical shops are on the decline as virtual shops are taking over because they are more convenient, have better prices, and offer more products. Okay, Digvijay, good. One really important correction, Digvijay, is make sure you have parallel grammar among your thesis points. Okay, so if your first point is an adjective noun, then your second one has to be adjective noun, and so on. Okay, so it always has to have the same grammar for each point. Right, careful with that. Okay, students, here is my thesis. I kept it as simple as possible. I am certain that the time of shopping malls is nearing its demise, as online shopping has distinct advantages which make it a great replacement, including convenience, price, and choice. All right. Again, remember, students, being concise, saying an idea as simply as possible is beautiful. Okay. So you don't want to unnecessarily overcomplicate. This is my easiest high band essay for this question. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, so now we get to the introduction. Okay, and of course the introduction has the hook, the background, and the thesis. And just looking at the time here, members, I don't want to rush through the hook in the background. So what I'll do is I'll just give you that as a homework assignment to do the hook in the background on your own. So basically complete the introduction. And then tomorrow we'll write the body paragraphs and the conclusion together. I will also have a sample band 9 introduction for you ready for tomorrow's class, and then at the beginning of the class we'll quickly review the question will establish the introduction, and then we'll go right into the body paragraphs and the conclusion. So I'll look forward to seeing those introductions. You can also send the introduction or introductory paragraphs to me by email as well. So don't be shy, okay? All right, we'll stop there for today. I think that's a good point. Welcome new members. Again, new members, make sure to send me an email with your membership level so I can hook you up with those perks. Adrian@aehelp.com. I know, Shanghong, I was just looking at that, so I will post that essay in just a few moments later today, okay? But it is on my desktop, so I know it's there, all right? Okay, that's it for now. In 30 minutes, we will be looking at reading passage, I believe from book 1, test 3. And for all of our viewers, you can get our premium package at aehelp.com or gieltshelp.com. At gieltshelp.com, it's the green background here. Click that red button to join. And for aehelp.com, it's the blue background. Click that red button to join there. Again, if you haven't, download our app. The app is Academic IELTS Help with this logo. You are most welcome, members. Beautiful participation, and for many of our members, I can see that you're starting to really get a good grasp of communicating in English. So fantastic. Good for you. All for now. Hopefully see you very soon. Bye.